I've spent more time in the Bethel AME Church in Wilmington, Delaware, than I have than most people I know, black or white, have spent in that church. Because that's where I started. No, I'm serious. I started civil rights movement. I used to go to 7:30 mass. Then I go to 10 o'clock service.
How many times has he said this kind of thing?
I know. Who was then running the church is now the bishop. She's a bishop, and I'm told
okay, I can't take it. Shut him down. He spent more time in the black church than blacks did.
Yeah.
He spent more time in Jewish synagogues than the Jews did. And he spent more time in the AME church than blacks or whites. Doesn't matter. Every single time he goes somewhere, I'm more familiar with this than you. I'm more dedicated and committed than you. I spend more time here than you. Every time. Then he had to tell the same old story. That's still a lie. It was a lie when he first told it. It was a lie the 50th time he told it. It was a lie yesterday. Okay. And it went a little something like this.
My mom would drive us to school in the morning as young grade school, turn on when there was a frost, turn on the windshield wiper, there'd be an oil slick in the way. Because guess what? It's all the fence line communities get hurt. Not on my watch.
Not on my watch. Keep in mind, he grew up in Delaware. And when his mom would get in the car and drive him to school, there was an oil slick on his windshield every morning because of all the refining going on, I guess.
You might want to move.
Yeah,
honestly,
right. Really?
Like, if that's the case.
No kidding.
There's got to be a place with similar rent that doesn't come with the frost mixed with oil.
Look, we grew up. Well, I didn't grow up, but I lived in Houston for 8 years. Houston refines oil like crazy. How many oil refineries are there in and around Houston, Texas? 1,000? There's honestly, a couple. There's several.
And you and I disagree. There's not a lot to like about Houston, in my opinion. However...
How many oil slicks did you have to wipe off, though? How many?
I'm not good at math.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, absolutely zero. However, there's some charm at night when you're driving by the refineries and it's all lit up and fire and stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Coming off, they're burning off the excess. You're like, that's kind of cool.
It is kind of cool. Yeah, it is kind of cool.
Yeah. You can't say something nice about something, then don't say anything at all. Well, I just did. Houston looks cool because of its oil.
The fires coming out of the refinery at night.
But
it's
I never.
Pretty.
One thing that did not happen is when I drove by, I didn't have to use my wipers for all the oil that was coming out.
That doesn't happen. What are you talking about? And by the way, I got to play this commercial because I haven't seen an oil company defend themselves maybe in 30 years. I don't think I've ever seen it. They're all caving into the climate change BS. Yeah. They're all talking about what they're doing for renewable energy and blah, blah, blah. And here's what we're trying to do to change. Well, last night on the national championship game, which was played at Energy Stadium in Houston, Energy did a commercial for oil and gas. How about that?
I love it.
I love this. Check this out.
Will, it's time.
Just gotta remember to breathe.
Will, really? Will.
Not his fault. This is what a hospital would look like without oil and natural gas, and nobody wants this.
Find a different hospital.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, check this out.
Every hospital would look like that, wouldn't it? All the products now you do have because of oil and gas.
This way.
Come on in.
As I was saying, without oil and gas, hospitals wouldn't have what they need to keep us healthy, heal wounds, save lives, and deliver little bundles of joy.
So great.
Products made from oil and gas are all around
Look at
us. And without them, our lives would be a whole lot messier.
Can you leave now?
You might want to double bag that.
Brilliant. So good. And so true.
A long time coming.
A long time. Thank you for at least putting up a fight on this BS. My gosh. I'm so tired of hearing about it. How evil it is, how bad it is. We got to get rid of it. Okay. Well, then what? What are you going to make virtually everything out of. Great commercial.
Of course, the trade-off is the frost mixed with the oil when
right, yeah.
every morning when you're going to school.
Yeah, the oil slick that you got to...
What are you going to do?
Use your wiper blades on.
Everything a trade-off.
And the wiper blades wouldn't seem to be all that effective on an oil slick, would they? I mean, I think there would be a lot of smearing going on there.
And also, I'm sure there's elements of oil and petroleum made
in the wiper blades,
to clear your vision there, sir.
No
so,
question about it.
What are you going to do?
Oh, man.
That was a very good commercial. I was glad. Finally pushing back.
Also, yesterday, Biden talked about, at this same appearance, talked about something. We don't have any idea what he was saying
It's open to interpretation. You fire away, whatever.
In our time, there's still the old ghost of new garments.
New garments.
We all need to rise to meet the moment.
Got it?
In our time, there's still the old ghost of new garments. What? Okay, it's an old ghost of new garments?
All right, in our time.
In our time, there's still the old ghost of new garments.
Yeah, okay.
We all need to rise to meet the moment.
What? In our time, there's still the old ghost of new garments. So we need to rise to the occasion.
One more time, please.
In our time, there's still the old ghost of new garments.
Yeah, okay.
We all need to rise to meet the moment.
Rise to meet the moment.
Will he be talking about the Holy Ghost? You know, he is at a
Holy
church.
Ghost? Yeah, he is at a church.
So the Holy Ghost garment, but the old part, maybe some of the Old Testament and the Holy Ghost, and they just went to one word. No.
Nice job filling in for Jeffy as the resident Biden apologist.
I'm not apologizing for him. I'm just trying to connect the dots.
What was it? In our time,
there's still the old ghost
One more time, Joe.
In our time, there's still the old ghost of new garments.
Garments.
We all need to rise to meet the moment.
Yeah, don't miss all. We all need to rise to meet the moment.
Clears a bell. Clears a bell. There it is. If you have a question, then you're a hater.
That should be hanging on every refrigerator in the United States of America.
It really should. In fact, I'm going to make sure that it hangs in here for the rest of the show.
All right,
because
good.
These are words of wisdom you don't get every day.
No, you sure don't. In fact, I don't believe I've ever thought of before, and so this has really opened my mind. In our time, there's still the old ghost of new garments.
Yeah.
We all need to rise to meet the moment. I mean, that's beautiful. Argue with that. If you can. You can't.
It's very succinct.
You can't. It's like a cat can give birth to kittens in the oven. That don't make them biscuits. You can't argue with that.
Nope.
These are things you just don't argue with. So
a cat can give birth to kittens in the oven. That don't make them biscuits.
Exactly. Plus, in our time, there's still the old ghost of new garments.
Yeah.
Of new garments. We all need to rise to meet the moment.
Yeah.
Okay?
This isn't as easy as it looks.
Powerful.
Don't try this at home, kids.